NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second and 9. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Third down. Carson, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. There's Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Carson, the first down and more. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And there was so much that was impressive about this play, but it wasn't just what he did downfield. How about what he did behind the line of scrimmage? This wasn't a play where he just had a direct path to get him downfield and make the big play. He had to adjust on the fly behind the line of scrimmage, and in the end, that became a tremendous run.
Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
They'll run for it with Henry. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now Tannehill. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jordan Brooks coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. He's going to look downfield for Henry. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Titans. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's up and good. So maybe a bit early here to try to match the two. They're content to trail by 1 at 8-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
At the 43-yard line.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, flush to his right. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. On the move to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 1 second, all that remains. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 20! And
This is my roll, baby.
And touchdown, Seattle. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to throw for it. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are